Cartoons, the animated frontier. These are the voyages of the Cellcast podcast. Its continuing mission to explore strange new cartoons, to seek out new animation styles and new creative storytelling methods, to boldly go where so few ever go again.
Am I wrong? Okay. This progress is a part of Kaijurific Central Network. Wrong.
Hey, Scoop, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. Must be reading an ad.
All right, hold on. Give me it.
Okay.
All right. This podcast is part of the Christian Geek Central Network at ChristianGeekCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast.
The animated series.
Joining me today is a man who, he's just a little thirsty for some elixir. Welcome, Jacob.
Just a little bit. It'll make my beard grow pink. No, thank you.
How do you know it's not actually gray and the animator is colorblind?
I have no idea.
It's a reference to another show that we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing, Jacob?
You didn't let me finish.
Sorry. I guess I should be introduced.
Yes. Why, thank you. And I have to say, Mumra Digiball 2! A man who had to go Gojira on us. Welcome, Drew.
How are you doing, Jacob?
Man, I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So today we are reviewing Season 1, Episode 23 of Thundercats 2011, Recipe for Disaster. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Mumra using the sword of Plundar in the ancient spirits to transform himself into an undead dragon-like creature named... Say it one more time. Psychorax. Which allows him to fight even in daylight. On their way back from the dog village to meet up with Wily Cat and Snarf, the adult cats encounter a dodgy Woolo named Ponzi, whose miracle elixir could be the only thing capable of stopping their powerful foe.
All right. So in this one, Ponzi's got this caterpillar named Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
At one point near the end of the episode, Lucy runs off and comes back as a butterfly.
Yes.
Or more accurately, a moth.
Yeah.
Because the battle between Lucy and Mumra's dragon form is a reference to the battle in Mothra versus Godzilla.
Yes. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, Drew is going to have a cow over this. This is going to be amazing.
There is a scene in the first battle where Lion-O makes a backflip spin and then fires a bolt of red energy from the Eye of Thundera. This is a reference to the 1985 Thundercats opening where Lion-O makes a similar backflip and fires a bolt of red energy at Mumra.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my gosh, that entire sequence is so incredibly well animated. It's not even funny, like top-notch animation.
So the elixir's side effects may be a nod to the film Pete's Dragon, where a similar con man tries to sell a miracle elixir to the town people. However, the elixir's side effects include growing a pink beard. And the character's name Ponzi is a reference to a Ponzi scheme, which a Ponzi is a reference to Charles Ponzi, whose very many Ponzi schemes swindled many investors during the 1920s out of their hard-earned money.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like this Ponzi.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. So, what do you think on this episode?
Oh, it's great. Like I said in the top, the animation in this is just top-notch. It was like they knew they were... The animation in this episode is top notch. There's just beautiful scenes, like you said before, when the cats are fighting off Dragon Mumra, and just the animation where you have Tigra and then you have Lion-O obviously doing his famous backflip and firing the sword omens, and it's just there are so many scenes in that it's just like, oh my word. And it's just like how long did that animation take to do that? And wow, amazing story wise. The character of Ponzi, the traveling urchin who just sells his wares and is trying to perfect his formula, and it doesn't work all the time. Like it's like at the very end, it's like, ooh, bad batch. And there's so much about this episode that is so well done, well crafted. You get that's right, yeah. We get Pumara and Lion-O's or Lion-O's, he's head over paws for Pumara, and it's just absolutely hysterical. And it reminds me like for like most young people, it's like you find yourself falling in love with somebody. You do everything you can to impress her or him, and you just wind up falling in your face half the time. That's what Lion-O does most of it. And it's perfect. The fact that, oh yeah, the flower scene. The flower scene, which Lion-O gives Pumara the flower.
And she's allergic.
And apparently, and her face puffs up. It is hysterical. Oh my gosh. And then Ponzi comes along. It's like, ooh, this will work. It's like, no way on earth you're using that on me. It's like, what? Trying to make things better. No, you're not, dude. Quit while you're ahead.
Before your head is that big.
Yeah, exactly. When Pumara punches you in the head.
Yeah.
But overall, it's we get the development of the Pumara Lion-O relationship, and it's just the episode itself is so well done, and yeah, oh my gosh, how dragon form Mumra is defeated is so well done, and like you said before, it's Godzilla versus Mothra referencing, and it's just so incredibly well done. And the fact that Lucy uses some kind of green energy from the leaves in which they were trying to use to build the elixir is like turns the Mumra dragon into crystals and just shatters. And it was so good. It was so well done. The episode, it's just phenomenal. And it just gets better from here, for my opinion.
So, yeah, before I get back to Lucy here, I want to point out one of my favorite subplots during this episode.
Okay.
And that is when Tigra drinks the love potion.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Another Lion-O goof.
It's like, I don't think the love potion worked. Because it's not like Tigra's falling in love with anybody. He's just really friendly now.
Yeah.
It's like
exceedingly friendly.
You are high.
Pretty much. He's high on catnip.
That's what that love potion is. It's catnip. And he's drunk a lot of it.
Yes.
And so, he's... I especially like that one that's like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to beat you with love. Or that wasn't the line. But,
oh, yeah, I know which line you're talking about.
Yeah. But I was like,
oh, can't we just talk about this?
We must put our differences aside and talk about our feelings. Chong. I was like, yeah, that's going to work.
So in the first one, I said, Mumra, did you evolve into? When I first saw his dragon form, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a Greymon from Digimon. Just dark and like overly monstrous. It was just perfect. I loved it. It was so great. And then there again, you have the fight between Lucy and Mumra, which is there again perfect. This episode was great. It was so incredibly well done that why, like, stupid toy sales. That's all I gotta say. Stupid toy sales.
So yeah, you were talking earlier about Lucy's using the energy of the flower of the leaves to crystallize. That might actually be a reference to the Heisei version of Mothra, the post 80s, the 80s and 90s version.
Yeah.
Where she could fire a beam of energy from her antenna and fire arcs of lightning from her wings. And in more recent, even though this would have been after Thundercats, in King of the Monsters, she's got kind of a energy kind of a thing going on too.
Okay.
In some scenes. So yeah, this is very much a kaiju fight.
Yes, it is very much a kaiju
right
joke.
down to it. And I like her design, how it's still recognizable as the caterpillar, but you know, it's even got the little Godzilla eyes, as I call them. Because I mean, they're not regular butterflies have, or moths have those little eyeball symbols too, but these always seem to match Godzilla's in the Godzilla franchise.
Yeah.
Or the Toho franchise.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun episode. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one. And like you said, I'm kind of sad that this is one of the last episodes.
Yeah.
And the show is going to be finishing up soon. Before it was designed to, in many ways.
Yeah, because there's so many lead ups. Like, even the last episode we did, you have took it like escaping. We have no idea what he did next. Can't they just write a book and just give us that? Or
I think they'd at least do a comic, like so many shows have done.
Yeah, exactly. Just give us a comic. Be like, whoever, like, just give us a comic and just let us be finished with Thundercats.
Yeah, show us getting the rest of the stones and beating Mum-Ra's butt into the ground, and let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably do that in one comic series.
Yeah,
about 12 issues, maybe.
Yeah, 6 maybe.
I was being nice and going 12 because, you know, there's got to be... The first 6 would be getting the last stone. I assume we get the third stone at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the last one is... Last 6 would be heading to go beat Mum-Ra's butt into the ground.
Yeah. Or put him back in his tomb.
Yes, again. Once again.
Yeah. Either way.
And then training the next era of Thundercats to go kick his butt.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. So join us next time for the Soul Sever.
Yes.
Come, Jacob. We must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast.
Oh, boy.
So where can they find you, Jacob?
They can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron and Jacob's Daily Art Corner, my personal art Facebook page. On Twitter at Jacob B. Heron, on Instagram at Jacob B. Heron, and on Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. Where can they find you, Drew?
You can find me on Facebook at Drew Dodgen. You can also find my Facebook page at Drew's Photo Bin, where I upload my photography. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at GGeorge759 and Twitter at GGeorge759. Where can they find us, Jacob?
You can also visit our website, thecellcast.podbean.com, where you will find every episode we released and links to listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. Our RSS feed, if we aren't in your favorite podcast app directory, please share, review, and subscribe to us there and share us with your friends.
You will also find a link to our Facebook group, the Double Feature Podcast Community, where we talk about both animated and live-action movies. We share this with our other podcasts, which we do with Jacob's brother Jim, at the Movie of the Week podcast, where we talk about live-action movies. You can also email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Also, please like our page on Facebook. We try to post about upcoming movies. If you comment on that movie's post before we record, we'll read your comments in the episode. And remember, every time we say the Cellcast, that is with a single L.